in today's video, I'm gonna look at this question that you're seeing right there. So what I have here, I've got two things here. So if you are able to look at carefully of things that I'm having, okay, I'm having figure 2.1 and figure 2.2. So basically this question again is coming from 2021. So I'm also reviewing this question, and I'll analyze it, and I'll talk about, and I'll just give you that little bit of explanation on what you need to know. So ideally this diagram looks like it's a kidney, right? So this diagram here looks like it's a kidney. You can see the shape here, and I have the gland here. It's already labeled as gland P. So it is already told, they've told me that it's this one is a kidney. Then here on my right side, this diagram that you are seeing, the figure 2.2, you can see something like here they have also labeled ileum, and somewhere here I'm given is labeled as gland Q. All right, so to jump in this question quickly without wasting time, remember this video is only about 6 minutes. So okay, so this was question 2. Yeah, so question 2 reads figure 2.1 and 2.2 shows two endocrine glands labeled P and Q respectively. You can see here I have my gland P, and here I have my gland Q. All right, so let's quickly jump into the first question. So I'm gonna just scroll a little bit there. So question part A reads to say identify the endocrine labeled P and Q. So identify the endocrine P and Q. So you can see it is having 2 marks. Okay, you can see the mark here. So basically that indicates that each of these will carry a 1 mark. So quickly let's try to analyze what could be these two glands. So number one is I've got gland P. So here gland P, since this is a kidney, hence this gland is known as adrenal gland. You remember in your excretion, the time that you yourself did this topic, excretion under kidneys, you looked at the structure of the kidney, and you're able to label these blood vessels, and also you're able to label the entire kidney. So what is above the kidney here? Okay, we reveal to say this there. This is the adrenal gland. All right, so that is our adrenal gland. All right, so that is our adrenal gland. Then what about what is Q? So Q, since here I've told it's a helium, so meaning this is a helium, so meaning this is coming from the digestive system, and this gland is, if you look at it carefully, if you look at the structure of the digestive system, you go into the stomach, from the stomach there you look at what is near to the liver, you find that this is a pancreas. So this is a pancreas. Okay, right, so I'll just abbreviate it like that. Right, so that is a pancreas. So there, ladies and gentlemen, we have our P being the adrenal gland, then the Q being the pancreas gland. So let's quickly jump in. Now we might know that endocrine system, we deal with hormones, and we say hormones are ductless, meaning that they do not require any duct or tubes for them to travel or to meet the target organ. They are they are just released into the bloodstream, and the blood carries them to where they need to go and stimulate or maybe to the target site. So that's one thing that you should know about. So ideally this the entire question is coming from the endocrine system. So if you might want to revise, so let's go to part 2 of question A. So it says state one function produced by each of these gland. So by each of these gland, they want us to state one hormone that is produced. So hormone produced by gland P, since gland P we've identified it's the adrenal gland, so therefore this hormone produces antidiuretic hormone, abbreviated as ADH. So antidiuretic hormone is the hormone that is produced by adrenal gland, which is the gland P there that we've identified. Then hormone produced by gland Q. So the hormone that is produced by gland Q, let me just scroll a little bit so that you can see more clearly. So the hormone that is produced by gland Q, ideally we've said that gland Q is what? Is the pancreas. So the hormone produced is basically insulin. You remember when we looked at insulin as converting glucose into glycogen. Yeah, so insulin is one of the hormone that is produced by the pancreas. Another hormone that is also produced is, apart from the insulin, is what? If you recall, we mentioned two hormones that are produced. The one is converting glucose into glycogen, which is the insulin. The one it is converting glycogen into glucose, back to glucose, that is glucagon. So glucagon, I'll just mention that, I won't write it to the full. So glucagon is one of the hormone that also is produced by gland Q. So gland Q produces these two hormones. So let's quickly jump to question 3. Question 1 part 3 says explain how the hormone produced by gland Q stated in A2 above plays a role in coordination. So in short, coordination, it's about balancing things, right? So they want us to explain how the hormone, which is the antidiuretic hormone that is produced by the adrenaline, okay, is able to coordinate things. So one thing that you might want to notice that this antidiuretic hormone, all right, so the antidiuretic hormone, what happens is that it stimulates, all right, so it stimulates the reabsorption, okay, so it stimulates the reabsorption of water, right? So unfortunately, writing using a mouse is a bit of difficult, so just make sure that you follow me word by word. So the role of this gland, which is antidiuretic hormone, is that it plays an important role in stimulating reabsorption of water in the kidney, all right? So like from the renal tubule, we looked at last time in the in our previous video, we looked at the structure of a nephron, all right? So from the renal tubule and the loop of Henle, so they are in the kidney. So when the body has little water, all right, so this hormone is able to stimulate the reabsorption of water. So reabsorption of water is done as a result of these antidiuretic hormone, so that there can be a balance. So meaning that lack of these hormones or insufficient amount of this hormone will lead to a condition that is called diabetes insipidus, which is just where a condition where you see an individual urinating more diluted urine, all right? So make sure, so this was carrying marks, so if you explain like that, you earn yourself 3 marks. The last question, part B, says explain the other role played by gland Q apart from producing hormones. So gland Q, let's go back and check for gland Q. Gland Q is this one, and what did we say gland Q was? We said gland Q is a pancreas. So apart from producing hormones, what is the other role? So the other role, since it's a pancreas, and we learned about the pancreas when we looked at digestive system. So apart from producing hormones, another role is that it is to produce what is called pancreatic juice. So this pancreatic juice contains enzymes, all right? So just indicate pancreatic juice, okay, that contains digestive enzyme, all right, that contains digestive enzyme. That is the other role apart from producing these hormones. So it produces pancreatic juice that contains digestive enzymes, and these digestive enzymes are able to break down sugar, fats, and starch. So we also know that that's why even the bowel comes from, right? So ideally, apart from it producing the insulin and the glycagon. It also plays a very important role in producing pancreatic juice that aid in the digestive of those foods that I've mentioned. All right, so that is the end of this question. Hope you have revised. So if you find this video so helpful for you and it gives you that revision vibe, please request for more videos in the comment below, and please mention me, as well as don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share the channel with others, as well as also don't forget to like this video. So this has been a friend explain, creators of IK Film Network, and also this video, don't forget, is brought to you by Noor Learning Lab and Research. Goodbye.